I hate to admit it, but my inner degenerate has been coming out for recent days. So they're automatically in Japanese because the site is mostly intended for Japanese audience, right? So I took advantage of that and then tried to learn Japanese by reading manga in Pixiv. And honestly, it's a slow progress, but I know I'm improving in some way. Like, because I've been focusing on one fandom of a manga, so I've been like, there's like a few vocabulary that you're going to be forced to read for over and over and over again until you remember them all. Like right now I'm reading Hozuki, right? Hozuki no Getetsu, and Hozuki is obsessed with work. In Japanese is shigoto. So I keep finding like shigoto kanji all over some pages, and which is very helpful. If you guys already know basic katakana and hiragana, and you guys want to improve your reading by learning kanji, I can't exactly recommend reading Pixiv yet, unless you already have some knowledge in like very few kanjis. Like, there are kanjis that they're going to use repeatedly for a long time. If you're unable to understand those, I believe it's going to be very difficult to understand, and trying to learn the rest of the kanji that you want to learn. But that's how I started as well. I start being able to learn kanji because I learned hiragana and katakana for sure. I printed it on a paper and just occasionally look at it sometimes. And once you got that remembered, it's very easy to read some text in Japanese. It's very helpful. And then when you're learning kanji, there's going to be it's not always around, but there's going to be something called furigana. Furigana is basically a small hiragana that is placed beside a kanji. So if you don't know how to read it, you can just read the furigana and you will understand what the kanji is, how the kanji is pronounced. So because I watch anime for a long time, I know quite some words, but I don't understand how they're written. Which is why furigana is very helpful. I'm gonna eat more. Honestly, after this, I'm not sure how should people keep learning kanji while reading Japanese manga. So what I did the first time is that I wrote down like the kanjis that I commonly see. I think I still have the notes. So there's this kanji for otsukare-sama, like thanks for the hard work, and it's often I see it often in the doujins and manga I read. So I wrote it down, and just sometimes I look back at it when I get confused. Like maybe it's because I'm so used to drawing. Like I'm quickly able to recognize, like, let's just say, oh, I wrote this kanji in my note before. Let's check what it means. And then I did it, and oh, I understand this kanji is this. And that's a great start until you know that kanji has a different pronunciation on different uses. Oh yeah, there's this kanji for demon, which is oni. So there's another way to read the kanji, which is ki. So which is why if you find the only kanji on Kimetsu no Yaiba, but it's spelled ki, it's pronounced ki on Kimetsu no Yaiba, that is how it works. There's going to be a lot of kanji that has different readings, even though you know one way to read it doesn't mean it's going to be the same in another sentence. I'm trying to figure out how to learn through that. It's the same. So yeah, basically just learn katakana and hiragana, and learn kanji by reading furigana. But how do you find like kanjis, like sentence with kanji and furigana in the same spot? Is that so I found this out from the Anime Man's video about learning Japanese. So you have to at least consume age appropriate content, children's manga like Doraemon, Shin-chan, and others. If you read the Japanese version, there's definitely going to be kanji and furigana. There might be more. Like I watched another guy. His name is his YouTube channel is Nihongo Gamer. So I was inspired by his video where he recommends learning Japanese by playing Japanese games. Like for example, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing definitely has furigana. And I think in Switch you can change the language now. So you can play the games in a different language. Also taking notes. That's the whole process, and make sure that you're reading or you're watching a content that supports the process of your learning. Like again, we start with a children's. Let's just say we start with a children's manga, and then slowly, I think it's going to be fine. You at least will be able to learn. You will be able to read Japanese, like not like fluently, but at least good enough to be able to read. Let's just say signs when you're in Japan traveling, or maybe you're browsing a Japanese website and you're looking for something, like with playing Japanese games as well, remembering the options and everything. Yeah, that's it. And as for how pronunciation and stuff, just watch anime. In the same time, just watch like Japanese YouTubers. Let's just say like Japanese VTubers. You get to hear their Japanese. They're literally talking casually, unless you're Salome from Nijisanji or Pekora. Is Pekora exaggerated? I don't know. Sometimes she is, but she it's still okay to watch her. And yeah, that's about learning Japanese. And I think I talked for too long. Let's just eat another spoon.